Okay, good morning. So, we are beginning speaking about Japan. Japan has a very long history, so we are going to be a little, I don't know, short with the history in this country, and we are talking about very specific points about the country, right? So, Japan is one of the most ancient countries in the world. The history says, and the fragments in so many books says Japan was founded before the 5 or 4 century before Christ, and some says it's no longer intact. So we are beginning to tell this. Actually, Japan had the first economic most powerful in the world. It's very, very, very expensive. A lot of money they have to make enterprise early, and there's so many things they can purchase and import around all the world from them.
The country trade and the rich road in the Japan because the food and the tradition and the different or the country in the aspects in religion and the coin and the government and the idiom. Let the good baby and the obvious name into coin or the state of the Japan. This capital is Tokyo. Are the control to the main two arts, the continent and the insular and the continent. Are they is located in the northwest, margin on the base to Bay or the Tokyo. Are they located in the central west or the island or the south, forming part of the Kanto region. Tokyo is the city more populated in the world.
The most exporting things they have are motor vehicles with 15.6%, semiconductors with 5.5%, and aerosteel products with 5.1% in the merchandising for all around the world. And in the ports, they have the petroleum with 15.5%, the liquid natural gas with 5.7%, and the clothing with 3.9%.
And you are the Antarctica and the sun. Speaking Russian and the Japanese.
Speaking about the history, there was 3 important moments in the history of Japan. They have different eras in this country. First, we have the bombing attack in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 6 and 9 in 1945. It was approved by the Quebec Agreement in the United States, organized by the president from the United States in these years. I can't remember who was the president. Okay. These both cities were bombed at the day with 2 bombs. We put 2 nuclear bombs. This leaving around 129 civilians and soldiers dead, with so many wounded by the war. And this marked the end of the World War II in Japan. The result of the war were spent around 2 or 3 more months in the war, but they finished right there. And the United States was responsible for this attack. In July 10 of 1962, Japan threw into space an new satellite. This satellite was called Telstar 1. This was a new era of communication, the telecommunication between countries. This lasted three countries, but not three countries, three world sections. Europe, America, and the USA. They can have telecommunication between telegraph and telephone between these satellites, and can have more than 100 television channels between these countries. O sea, sorry. I mean, USA can watch Japan television, and Japan television can be watched in Europe, and Europe can be watched USA television, and like this. This was developed all by Japan. Yes, this is right now in space. The last most important moment in history, it was the 2011 earthquake in March 11 of 2011. It was the most strongest earthquake in the history of Japan. It was 9.0 degrees on the Richter scale. That was very impressive. It was an earthquake that broke in the ocean. I don't remember what is the ocean. But the ocean created a tsunami. The tsunami joined into the earthquake and destroyed a few parts of Japan. Japan was very blessed in this year. And this left thousands of deaths and wounded these years. Everything was destroyed. House, trees, park, cities, buildings, everything was destroyed. And in Fukushima, in a section of one island, was very nuclear plants, and these nuclear plants were destroyed by the earthquake, and the water of the tsunami took this nuclear material. The country begins in a nuclear alarm, and this Fukushima was prevented from the people, from the civilians for years by this accident.
On the region and Japan. Japan has official religion. But Shinto is religion with more number believers. Shinto is adoration for the spirits of the naturalism. Gods.
One of the most important current issues, actually Japan has a big debt in the world. It's external debt, and it's more bigger than the PIB, so for the years. This represents around the 250% of the PIB yearly, and they have this debt. And they can monetize that, and they monetize that, and they must have to pay that kind of millions before the 2030 year. I mean, we 50 years must have to pay this debt. This debt is around I don't know, $2. Around 200 millions or more. It's very expensive these days.
Prevention of the pollution. Pollution for the primary is prevention is produced with toxic gas and toxic substance. And regulation is the process, the exploitation of the petroleum on the coast, the land, humans, and the rivers. Japan has curious and will prevent on the oil pollution with the rash animal, throws, aroma, general particles on the separate the water writer of the audio.